Start the show.
Hold it.
Fuck out of here. Still talking about fucking We Had Valley Food Show. Whatever the fuck it's called.
It's a PizzaFellas Podcast. Turn your speakers up, we better have a blast. Grab a drink, fill a glass. Light a cigar, come on, let's make it last. Pizza Talk with Sal and Joe, Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the PizzaFellas.
94.
All right, we are back. Welcome. We are back. PizzaFellas Podcast, Episode 7. PizzaFellas Podcast, Episode 7. Again, I'm Sal.
Antonio.
Joe Ruffino, the big sexy in the house, Biagio.
Oliver Nasri.
Fuck him.
And our guest.
Luciano Burriesci, Sal's Pizza Wing Gap.
All right, so
A
we
big
got a
shout out for him.
Yeah, big shout out to Sal's and Wigap. We got a special guest. He's at today. He brought us some pizzas. We'll try that a little later on. But first, we want to give some shout outs to some of our sponsors here that we've collected and gained in the past 2 weeks.
Well, the first one is thank you to Luciano and Stevie and his father, Sal.
Yeah.
Sal's Pizza Wing Gap since 1982, 487 East Morristown Road, which is basically fucking 512. Wing Gap, PA, 18091 610-863-7565. Am I right?
Correct.
I did my fucking homework.
You got it.
And go see him. He's got great pizza. We're actually going to try it tonight.
Website?
I've known him since he was in his mom's womb. And
What's the website?
Sal'sPizzaWingGap.com.
There you go.
Easy.
All right. Wait, hey, any room shout outs quick here? We got Bruno Scipiono.
back in the house.
Bruno's in the house. Bruno's Pizza.
One
Bruno
of our,
Scipione.
he's loyal now.
And then we got Gus Elias here, my nephew from Elias Market, Allentown, PA.
Allah.
My brother-in-law Maurice Azar from Azar Markets in the house. My cousin Maz is in the house.
There we go.
Chad's in the house. He won the bourbons here to get it.
Thank you, guys.
And we got from Internet, Jimmy. Yeah, sorry, Jimmy. And there's our wives. Ashlyn is my daughter-in-law and my wife, Gigi. That's the whole house today.
All right, guys.
Justin on the board.
Also, PizzaFellas Podcast. Remember, you can follow us on Linktree, Facebook, X, Instagram, and we are on Spotify and now back on YouTube. We are now back on YouTube, so everyone's
Thank
clear.
God.
Those who don't have Spotify, we will be uploading the rest of our episodes 1 through 6, on the YouTube shortly in the next week or so. But all our episodes are on Spotify right now. You can watch, listen, please subscribe and follow. So let's start. Our new gear, guys.
New gear. Thank you
gear.
to
Got the new shirts.
Franco's Pizza, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, 198 South Main Street since 1975. Rosa and Filippo Belia, 570-822-2168. Thank you for the sponsorship. Thank you for the shirts. We appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. They're going to be a great sponsor for us. And then we have another one, Joe.
Yeah, well, by the time this episode's there, we would have already been there, and you'll probably see an episode 8 coming out from that. But a big shout out to Ferraro Foods, one of the largest Italian food providers in the industry. They provided us the ability to go to the One Bite Slice in Coney Island.
Dave Portnoy.
Dave Portnoy's One Bite Slice. So a big shout out to Ferraro, one of the largest Italian food providers in the industry, and we'll probably hear more from them, and you'll see us under the tent on Saturday. So you'll see that in the next episode. All right?
All right, sounds good.
All right.
So where are we starting off? Luciano.
Yeah.
Let's start to you.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Like, how'd you start it? Like, your father, I mean, of course, he's coming over from where? Sicily, right?
Yeah, Sal came over from Sicily, my
Where?
father.
Carini? Where was he
Close
from?
back,
Yeah.
Carinese or where?
About an hour from Palermo, Mezzogiuso.
Yeah.
Up in
Okay.
the mountain central area.
Yeah, he's from the central area, Joe. He's not from Carini.
Oh, I'm just asking.
No.
There's so many Carinese.
Yeah,
if every
yeah,
Carinese
no.
went
He's like
back
one
to
of the
Carini,
very
Carini wouldn't
few.
exist.
Mountains and farms.
Yeah, mountains and farms. That's
Mountains
it.
and
Run the
farms.
goats up the hill.
Goats
when he was
and
4
sheep.
years old. That's
So
it.
he came here what? He came here by himself with his parents?
Nope. Family came over all together. He was about 17 years old. Stayed in New York for a while. The rest of the family, my grandparents.
What
my
year, the
nonna and nonna
70s?
Came back. I mean,
What year, the 70s it was?
yeah, it would have been. Yeah, late 60s, early 70s.
Oh, he came that early?
Oh, he came early. Wow. And that was easy to get over then.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
They
was
came
nice.
over. The rest of my nonna and nonna went back, and he stayed. Him and his brothers stayed, and
So what do you do first? Right into pizza or what?
no, anything. plumber, scrapyard, whatever you could do to make.
Everybody
Yeah.
broke their ass.
Yeah,
There was no
everyone-
questions. There was no food lines then.
No,
you got to earn your living.
It was a rough start. It was horrible at first. You know, those
Nobody's
guys,
looking
they-
for health
they
insurance
scraped
or
for
a
everything they possibly
free
could.
iPhone.
No,
You know,
iPhone. He still doesn't use the iPhone.
no fucking iPhone there. Fuck that shit. We were hardworking people. So then what happened? How soon till he got into pizza?
About 2021, he left New York.
Okay.
A friend of his, an older gentleman that owned a coffee shop, Mr. Frank. Better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speak it to the
When did he fucking become the IT guy?
Oh, they're not going to be able to hear it when we play.
So he moved out of New York, went to Lehighton, learned how to make pizza down there, and then bounced around.
So you guys moved there as a family or one by himself? Because I remember when my dad came up here, we were still down in New York. We were in Long Island.
No, I wasn't even born yet.
Oh, you were? Okay. Yeah, he came up here. He was making the commute at the
Yeah, you're my age, right?
Yeah, I'm a couple years younger than you. I'm 30.
Oh, you're only 30.
You're 30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow, good.
And congratulations, you just had a kid.
Yes, to have my first son, Aurelio Salvatore.
God bless him.
Yeah.
God bless him.
Nice. Oh, yes.
We got the fans out there. They're cheering. So now he moves up to Lehighton. How
Moves to
long was he
Lehighton.
working up there?
Couple years, I worked up there. Then he was down in Virginia.
Oh,
for
went
a
to
while.
Virginia?
Yeah, he went down to Virginia. A guy needed help down there. My dad's name was passed around. He said, "Hey, can you go down there and help these guys run the shop? Start down there." It was on a military base. Down there is actually where my father won best pizza out of 500 shops back down there.
Wow.
I should have brought the fucking picture.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that was on a military base.
Yeah.
So people had to get into the base to try his pizza.
Down there, back then, I don't think so. I think
Yeah,
they just
Maybe.
just says whatever it is.
yeah.
Okay. And
Came
then
back up here.
from there, then what happened? He left there and he decided to come back.
He left there. He came back up to Pennsylvania. He worked for the Amatos. Remember Joe Amato?
Yeah.
So he worked for
Yeah.
the Amatos and Caddy. He had 3 places. Any place that was going south, they put
He
my
went in.
father there. My dad went in, brought it back up. Then went to the next one, bounced around.
Yeah.
Met my mother at Pizza Joe's.
Oh, Pizza Joe's up.
Worked
yeah.
at Pizza Joe's together. After they were there, my father went and opened his own shop. 2 years later, he asked my mother to come give him a hand.
So the shop
And then,
he
yeah,
opened
and
is the shop you guys are in Wingate.
Yeah, we're in
In the
there.
same spot.
Same spot. We just took over. We took over one of the other stores that were in there about 20 years ago. Blew it out and opened up a dining room. We seat like 145 in the big dining room.
Wow.
Well, I was at your place.
Oh,
It's really
shit.
cool in the back. Like you can have a tractor trailer pull up back there.
Yeah,
you know, you guys are set up. You have the dock and
I mean,
all.
that was what 10
That-
years
that
ago.
was like 10
you
years
were
ago.
still you were just opening. You were still small before you opened.
Yeah,
up your
but
shop
I
double.
still I was very intrigued by the way your shop was
Mm-hmm.
back there, and you had it. You were all set up very nice. You had your prep areas and stuff.
Yep.
You had the guys working in different sections.
Yeah.
You had nice space.
So how many employees do you have?
I had like 40, but now we're scrounging like everybody else.
Yeah,
No,
You
yeah, I'm
can't
just
fucking
It's
wondering.
COVID
keep
staffing
anybody.
now. You
But
know.
yeah, we had a lot of
Because with a
people.
bigger dining room, you're going to need more front of the house.
Yeah.
So front of the that's
Believe it or
you know.
not, 3 of my girls run that floor.
That's true.
3 of my girls, 26
Yeah.
tables, and they'll turn those tables, man. They hustle.
They hustle.
I'm very blessed with the people that I have, the staff that I have. They're
Amen.
all great people, great kids. They're fucking hustlers. Like you don't get these people anymore. It's like
But they're loyal. They've been with you a while.
Extremely loyal. You help build them up from when they're young, and they stick with you for years.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 10 years.
And let's say what it is. I mean, in your area, there's a little more harder working generations that
Yeah.
were built in that area.
A lot less people too.
A lot less people. So
We got the
you-
farmland, so we
yeah.
got fucking strong people.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
got strong people
Yeah.
bailing hay.
So your dad had the store, and I'll tell you a quick story. We'll go back. But the first time I met your dad, I walked in there with Ernie Cavuto. Yeah, you know Ernie. Great guy. Legend in the business.
Ernie trained me. Ernie trained me on how to do orders. I was
Ernie could throw a pizza 25 feet up in the
when he
area.
had Toby's.
Yeah.
Toby's he started out, right? In
Toby's.
Nazareth.
And then he was with Luigi Pioncone with the pizza
No,
Comos
then he
and all.
had Denise's.
Yeah, but he did
What
the
is-
pizza
yeah,
Como
then
deal with him.
then he did the pizza Como shit. You know.
So we go in, and your dad, I think, just had
This is when you were working for Roma.
Yeah.
Right?
So we just got in. I go meet him, and great guy. Like from the moment you meet him, hard working guy. I mean, I had such respect the moment I saw him. And then
Still a fucking bull.
yes, he
Still
is a bull. That's
fucking
exactly
bull.
what I said.
Yeah.
I said this guy's a bull, man. He ended up. I think he had a heart attack.
My father did have a heart attack.
And
Two.
Yeah.
that day he had the heart attack, got out of the hospital, and was making pizzas.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck.
No, he didn't
Come
give a
on.
shit.
Honest to
Yeah,
God.
oh yeah.
He
Oh,
had
yeah.
a heart attack.
The second one that he had the open heart surgery, he had 5 bypasses, okay? He went back in 2 months before he was supposed to go. That was back when they used to cut you.
Yeah.
over,
Yeah,
over
yeah.
the whole
Did the
chest.
staples
Yeah,
and
he's got the
Yeah.
scar here with the three dots. And the cut here when they open you up there. Yeah, 2 months before he was supposed to go back in there, he was back in.
And what's your mom say? She's got to be
what is
losing
she
her
gonna
fucking
say?
body. I'm
What is
just
she gonna
saying,
say?
she's still got to be
Nah,
losing
you
her
can't
body.
tell
What
him.
are you gonna say to him?
I know.
Fucking chew your face off. He's
His,
crazy.
his dad's forearms look like fucking light poles.
Ew, oh my
They're
god,
like this.
gigantic.
He's
His
double my
hand,
hand.
his
Not
pinky
longer,
is like
fat.
2 of mine.
Yeah. No, here. No.
Oh, I'm not
look
fucking
at this.
playing.
1 second. Put this on your hand, man. Put this on your hand. See
What,
if it fits
this?
anybody. See if that fits anyone here on your ring finger.
Where's my? This is it here, right? I got big fingers.
Yeah, my father's half your size.
Yeah, no, I know.
He's shorter than me.
I know. Listen, we're
I
getting.
know, yeah. My skinny ass fucking fingers. You don't have to.
Yeah, it goes over my
You gotta
thumb.
show me.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
He's not even as tall as I, but he's a bull, man. You meet him.
Oh, yeah.
He makes an impression the moment you see him just by the work that he's doing and the
Yeah.
effort he's
Yeah,
putting
he
in.
just
You know?
hustles. Yeah,
And he's one of the. I tell you what, not because Luciano's here, he's probably still one of the fastest pizza men in Lehigh Valley.
he's quick.
He could put him
quick.
out.
Oh, yeah.
I watch him. He was busy having conversation with us. You know, we did our business over the counter. He wasn't coming out from behind the counter. He's taking them out of the
No, we
oven,
don't have
doing
time
it.
for that.
There was
We
no
don't have
time
time
for it. It was like, this is what we got to do. And he had respect for us, but you know what I mean? It was like, I was looking there and I've seen a lot of guys like that. I was like, man, the moment I met him, I was like, this is a great guy. This is a great guy.
You know what differentiates him as well, that pizzeria? He doesn't buy bread. He makes bread.
I'll make it all.
Oh, you're still doing it now? You're
Yeah,
making it
he
Very
makes
good.
that. It's almost
Twice a day.
almost like half moons
Yeah.
from the pizza dough.
Yep.
Right.
And that's your sandwich bread
Yeah.
that you're using?
Sandwiches,
Cheesesteak?
cheesesteak,
For years.
everything. Yeah.
For years.
So there's a
Since the
process too with
beginning.
that, you
Yeah,
know?
twice a day.
Twice a day you gotta do
You
it.
got. I mean, I don't even know how much we make anymore.
Yeah.
I honestly,
You're losing
because,
count.
Yeah, because it's like it takes up all the free time that you would normally have. We're making bread.
You're doing
proofing it,
something.
baking it.
Yeah.
You're doing so. So the original menu you opened up with was, a slimmed down menu the way you are today, or was it you opened up as a full restaurant?
No, Italian. I'm sorry, I'm not used to this shit.
He's at it again.
Pizza, Italian hoagie, cheesesteak, and I think a meatball parm.
So
Like that was it.
a simplified.
Yeah.
And French fries.
Yeah.
You know, when they started adding the fryers. and
Right.
pizza shops.
Right.
Yeah.
No TVs or anything like that.
I
just
still don't have TVs.
Oh, you don't have them?
No, I
Get
still
the
do
heck
not
out.
have TVs.
Get the heck out. I'm surprised by that.
No.
I would have thought you would have had them by
No,
now.
if you sit down at a table to eat with everybody, you should be fucking talking to people you're
Not on the
eating
phone.
with.
No,
Don't
that
be
makes
staring
sense.
on
I
the
can see
phone
that
at everyone.
philosophy.
Yeah.
So what's your first experience in the pizza industry, like the pizza shop? What made you? What can you recall when you were younger that was like,
And
you know?
I think I was conceived there. But
no, yeah,
You
probably.
started.
But
What age you start working?
Fuck.
I got my first paycheck when I was 8 years old. My dad gave me $15 at 3 fives out of the register. And from that day on, I was hooked. 2 cases of sauce we put right in front of the dish area, so I could get to the bottom of the sink to be able to wash dishes.
Wash dishes. Yeah.
Rolled dough. Me and my brother were bussing tables. You know,
How old were you?
I was 8, he was 6.
Yeah, I started at 7.
We lived in there.
Yeah,
you
you
know, we
lived
lived
in
in
it,
there.
yeah.
We grew up in there.
Yeah.
I mean, when we went to kindergarten, we went to grade school, like we were falling asleep in the class and everything, and because we were at the pizzeria with both of our
It's a
parents
family business.
till the end of the night. Like we were there from the beginning to the end every night. You know, sometimes my mom would leave early to go start dinner at home, and she'd take us with her. But other than that, we lived in the shop.
Like,
You know,
back
we
then,
grew up in the shop
7 days a week.
7 days a week.
And
we
what
didn't
were the
start
hours? What were the hours? Like, were you guys open till midnight? Like
11 to 11 every day of the week. Friday, Saturday was 11 to 12.
Yeah, that was the hours back then.
We were fucking busy at night.
Yeah.
No
I-
delivery
there was
though.
there
No
was
delivery.
No, we still delivery.
Before you did too, or no?
Ever since I can remember,
You did delivery.
we had delivery.
Okay.
Yeah, but back in those days, we didn't have the bars, the sports bars, and things like that. I mean, you would when we would stay open till 1 o'clock at my father's shop, and literally you'd have that like 12 to 1 o'clock rush. I mean, you were going through 15, 20 slice bites.
fucking busy.
Everyone
Yeah.
was coming in to get their sober up. Give me 2 slices.
Yeah, we
2 slices.
packed that back then before we were big. We packed that little dining room. Every single booth was slammed with people.
We'd have guys
all the time.
We had a curb out front. You could see it was like, guys would pull up half slanted like an El Dorado on the fucking curb, and we look at this fucking gaffone coming in. He's fucking wasted.
Well, shit. Where you are, there's probably you don't got to really worry about cops back then.
No, it was different. They drove you home.
Yeah,
you were drinking a 6-pack in your car. You saw your best cop friend. You were like, "Look, I got Budweiser in the bottle." They were like, "Oh, I wish I could fucking drink it." I mean, it was a different world, right? I did that with guys. I remember when Coors came out with the silver bullets. I pulled up next to. I won't say his name because he comes in, but we were at Cedar Crest and Tillman, and I would drive home with like a 4-pack. So from there, I could finish the 4-pack before I got home. So I was like, had a GMC and it had a cup holder. I thought it was the fucking king of the hill. But the Coors Light, I was like, "Hey!" Pulled to it. "Look, I got a fucking holder for the beer." And he's like, "Man, I wish I was with you. What time you get off?" "Go home. I'm going to be fucking working all night." But you're having that conversation, and that guy would come in the shop, and we always took care of the police. We always, make sure.
Still do.
You want to make sure you take care of
You get a lot of state troopers coming through?
I get a few stadies, but mostly like Bushkill and
Bushkill.
regional.
Yeah. That's what it is, Bushkill.
They built a huge warehouse by you. What's that warehouse they just built?
There's
everywhere.
I know, but there's one that
everywhere.
just recently just finished it.
The one to the right.
Or the one to the right.
I don't even know if it's full yet.
No, it's probably not. They're just building them and hoping that
there's
something
now
comes up.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 surrounding me now.
So we talked about this with Bruno last week. Like when he opened up 33 wasn't even there. Like he was in the middle of farmland, such as you guys.
Cornfields.
I mean, over the years, how have you, of course, the changes have had to benefit you in a lot of positive ways, but also there has to be some like, wow, I remember the days when this was a different place. The traffic wasn't the way it was.
Yeah, it was crazy. You walk outside with your slice of pizza and you saw like a field full of deer. Hanging out. Now it's just there's fucking traffic all day.
All day.
You're surrounded by tractor trailers coming back, like going through those warehouses.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So your father's still involved in the business, or has
my father was there when I left?
He was?
Yeah.
So he's in the day in and day out?
No, he comes in the mornings, does prep work, does dishes,
for
like
him.
anything to keep himself moving.
Should have brought him along, man.
He would have been.
It would have been
a riot. It was a riot.
That would be an event. That would be an event.
67 years old, and he's like I said,
God
he still
bless him.
hustles, man. Now he's got back. He just had his back, a disc fusion and everything, and now he can stand up straight.
Let him
again.
keep
He keeps
moving. It'll
hustling,
be good for him.
When they stop, they get old.
You
These
stop
guys,
moving,
they get older. They start
everything
breaking.
happen. Things
Shit
happen.
goes wrong.
It's good. It's healthy to keep going.
Now, when your dad opened, how many other shops are around? Probably not many, right? Compared to now?
When my dad opened, there was him. There was a Caesar's Diner and McDonald's. And there was nothing. Cornfields.
Was the fish place up there was still off of there? Remember
The Galley.
The Galley. Was that there at the time or no?
When he opened, I think it was. Or
Yeah,
maybe,
it was.
or
That was
maybe
like
they
a
built it
legendary
after.
place. Bruno, remember Galley?
No, I
That's
think
where
it was.
you drove. It was like going on a Sunday.
There was something before that, like across the street, right, Bruno? What was there before the Galley?
J&R
That's
Steakhouse.
it, J&R Steakhouse.
Yeah. The building's still there. There's
Yeah.
American Lobsters in there now.
Yeah, that was like a Bulgarian guy that owned it. Jimmy.
He still owns it.
Yeah,
He
Jimmy.
still owns a scorecard.
Yeah, the scorecard,
Yeah,
Jimmy.
yeah,
He's a
yeah.
good guy.
He's still there?
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
the
Yeah,
heck
Jimmy's
out.
a good guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a good guy.
So now you have the pizza menu. Then when did you guys decide to start? You had just a small pizza shop. When did you start moving to the next level?
Jimmy was the guy that came to the pizza shop with Shooky.
Oh, that was Jimmy with
Yeah,
Chucky?
yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, we still got to go up and see him.
I know we
Oh,
do.
my God. That's fucking ages ago.
I just thought about that. I'm sorry.
What the?
Luciano.
Talk
I
about
just-
old-timers. What the fuck is going on over here? And we didn't even remind each other just
No,
now.
I just came
A
to my head.
full-blown conversation to come around, huh?
Yeah.
All right, back to the subject at hand.
No, when my mom came in with him full time, that's when they started expanding the menu, making more pasta dishes and getting bigger and bigger and adding more things because people would ask for it. So they add and add and add and add. And at some point it gets way too fucking big.
Yeah.
Way too big.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's this.
Lucia,
I bought
if you
some
want to hit him,
menus.
hit him.
Now, was your dad okay with growing that menu? Because I know, like, Bruno, he doesn't even do delivery yet.
And he's
Or is
not.
your dad an old timer, didn't want to add all those crazy pies?
At
'cause-
first he didn't, but my mom was there to do it, and he had a good little crew, so they all did it, and he was okay with it.
Yeah, because I know, like, at Westgate, Dominic didn't want to go, like, he did his 5-core pizzas, pepperoni, mushroom, sausage, onions, whatever. He didn't want to go to any of that other stuff, but now he had to. He had to
now
evolve.
my dad in '87, it was when we did the big remodel job. It was, I mean, he was tormented by it. I mean, just putting a fryer in. Instead of putting floor fryers in, we had to constantly just put one of those little fryers, that you put in. It was like an electric fryer. It could never hold up. Could never hold, but he just hated the change. He hated the increase the menu and all that stuff, But it's what it is. I mean,
my dad went to Sicily. The first time I ran the shop by myself, my nonna had passed away. I was 14 years old.
Wow.
I didn't go to school. It was the first 2 weeks of high school, my freshman year. I ran the shop, open to close.
You didn't go to school?
No, I didn't go to fucking school. Who gives a fuck about school? Everyone's got, we have to eat. Like, my family has to eat.
Yeah, I
my
agree.
dad had to go.
I know what you're saying.
He went and took care of it.
So he didn't
I
even
ran
have
the shop.
anyone else except his son.
Me.
That's it.
Just me.
Yeah.
My brother was younger. He came and gave me a hand. He in there doing
And he
dishes
could
stuff.
work. By that time, you guys were doing everything in the shop.
Yeah, I was 14,
Pizza, the
Stevie
whole
was
thing.
12. We did it all. I started making pizza at 12 years old. 18 years now I've been making pizzas.
Wow.
Think about that.
Yeah. 30 years old, 18 years I've been doing it. Where the fuck
But
was
it
I going
was
with this?
no, just saying that's what you
Yeah,
did.
you were running the shop for him while it was over.
Yeah, but I put I made a cheesesteak. Okay, it was like the thing that I wanted to eat. So I made it and I cut it up in pieces and I went around to the counter and I was letting customers try it. Just try it. They liked it, and one of the girls put it on the board like Lucci's cheesesteak. My dad got back, lost his fucking mind. Lost his fucking. I want to take the place. I want to take it
Luciano, what the fuck
over.
are you doing?
He's gonna put his name on the building. But he wants to take everything. I'm like, I don't want to fucking take anything. I didn't even do
I
this.
just
It's not
made
my
a
fucking
cheesesteak.
fault. Why are you yelling at me?
Yeah.
But making changes was a huge thing for these guys. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
crazy.
It was
for
easy.
them.
I mean, the hoagie selection was ham, cheese, salami,
Yes.
turkey, tuna.
I wish I would have brought. I had that. Menu,
I mean, like,
the
it was
original
like
menu.
so simple, and they thought what they had.
That
you
was
know?
Westgate's exact thing. Ham, cheese, salami, and then finally got some turkey, and then he finally added tuna. I mean, it took forever.
And the
He's
tuna
still
used-
not past
the
there,
tuna you used to have
actually.
to open the can to make it. Like, you'd have
Yeah.
all these orders. And I used to say to myself, but he doesn't like fucking change. And here we got 40 fucking sandwiches, and we got to open a can of fucking tuna. What's it, the Queen of the Sea, or whatever the fuck her name is.
Queen of the Sea.
And then,
What's
I remember
What
trying
the
to get hot
fuck?
peppers on the menu.
The tuna girl with the fucking dolphin. With
Mermaid?
The
That's
mermaid.
Land O'Lakes you're talking
we
about.
couldn't even get hot peppers.
Chicken of the
Hot
sea.
peppers.
Fucking chicken of the
Land
sea.
O'Lakes.
You know what chicken of the sea. You're breaking my fucking balls.
No.
The little fucking thick can like this. With the fucking thing.
Murray's cheesesteak.
Chicken of the
Chicken
fucking
of the sea.
sea.
Started
You're
off from
draining it,
Murray's.
gotta mix it, and
It's Land O'Lakes, the girl. The Indian girl.
running from the counter if I got the right
You
mayonnaise
can't
in it.
say that anymore.
Are you fucking kidding
Can't say
me?
Indian
Fuck
girl.
them. I'll see what the fuck I want.
But that was the worst,
Oh, yeah.
Let me ask you, did you guys, I'm curious because,
It's our podcast. I got to see what the fuck I want to fucking say.
so did you use guest checks?
Oh,
with the-
yeah. We
so you
used-
did from the beginning? Okay.
Yeah, I changed the POS 8 years ago.
Like from day one, when you were a kid,
Guest checks.
it was. Did he do a lot more on memory or guest checks?
Guest
Did
checks.
He did use
Guest checks, yeah.
My dad was big on memory.
They were
Man.
always hustling.
So how pissed was he 8 years ago when you got the fucking POS system in there? Want to lose his fucking mind, huh?
One, trying to teach him how to read the shit, it was fucking possible. But in the middle of the busy, I think it was Friday night. I trained everybody for a week. I was like, all right, we're gonna go live with this now. We're gonna go live with this. So in the middle of the night, there's all these fucking problems because you're going through your glitches and shit.
Oh, yeah.
He starts screaming and yelling, Minga, this thing is a fucking piece of shit.
You
Why
ruined
you
the
gotta fucking
business."
do this? Minga,
Yo, he's high strung. You never met his high strung. Like it's like a fucking
just-
machine
yeah,
gun.
What the fuck? Yeah.
Oh, he's
So
railing you. I
ran
can
it-
only
Oh yeah,
imagine.
he turns
screaming,
red.
yeah.
He's fucking
He grabbed the printer off the wall and fucking smashed it. I was like, okay, good, $700. Gone again. because
Oliver,
of you.
he makes my veins look small.
I ran to the back. I grabbed the old register. I fucking slammed it on the counter. I said, "Okay, you plug it in. You fucking deal with it because I'm not doing it. Like I just went through all this shit, and now you want me to fucking go back over it again because we
You
made
got
a small
everything set up
change?
to the stations.
Yeah,
and all.
everything was No, it was fucking disaster.
You have to.
Now,
well,
does your dad
he
do
had
any-
He had a vent.
Did your dad do anything besides make pizza, or is he the core pizza man? Because
He was the core pizza.
yeah, because remember Joe at Penn Pizza? That fucker did not move from that pizza station.
old man Joe?
With the
Well,
curly
mustache, yeah.
Nobody was allowed to make pizza
Yeah.
there. I mean, it was just
I
him.
tell you what, he made a hell of a pizza.
7
He
days
took
a
pride in
week,
his pizza.
opening to closing. That fucker was
Remember
there.
him, Bruno?
No,
I love that guy.
There's never been anything but Burriesci making pizza.
Yeah,
Me and my
wow.
brother are the two only pizza men.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
My brother runs the kitchen. I run pizza.
Or vice versa.
Or we switch back. We've
That's
been
how you
switching
get
back and forth now to be able to do
That's how you
it.
get
But other than
consistency.
that, it was my father. And
So say, for example, you just got married recently. How long ago?
3 years ago,
3 years ago. You honeymoon you went on?
2 days.
Yeah, actually.
2-day
you told
honeymoon.
me
Where'd you
that.
go, fucking
I saw
Allentown?
you-
I went to the Finger Lakes.
I saw you right after you got
Where
married.
the fuck did you go?
I
For
came
2
to the
days.
shop. I got fitted for my tux. I came to the shop when we
You
hung
went
out
to
for
the
a little
Wind
bit.
Yeah.
Creek for
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
days.
He went to the Wind Creek. He spent
Where
a
you
day in
fucking
Allentown,
go?
a day in Easton.
To the fucking
I'm
creek
not
over
trying to
there.
make-
Where'd
I'm
you
not
go?
I
He
closed
went to Lake
for
Wallenpop back on the party mod
What
pontoon.
the
They had
fuck?
a fucking ball. Now,
I closed for 5 days. My brother did the same thing 6 months later when he got married.
He got married too?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, we both
Congrats,
got married.
Steve.
Thank you.
Wow, that's
Well,
awesome.
I'm
So
shouting
wait,
him
wait,
out.
So you closed 5 for you,
closed
5.
Where the
Five.
fuck he go for his honeymoon? Easton?
Where the fuck did he go? I don't remember.
I don't even know.
If you were up there taking orders, you'd know.
We already discussed this
I
already.
think he went to the Poconos, to be honest.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Where did you go?
Me? I went to the
Finger
Finger
Lakes, he
Lakes.
said.
Oh, okay.
We drove up for 2
Which is
days. we hung
beautiful.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
was
it's
wonderful.
nice.
Now,
that-
One day to drive up, one day to come home.
But this is at a time where before COVID, we were 7 days a week. Before
Right.
COVID, we were 7 days a week, open to close. Me and my brother did 8 years straight, no days off.
And then-
I would leave at 8 o'clock at night on Wednesday. He would leave 8 o'clock at night on Monday.
Wow.
For 8 years straight.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened. We were like, you know what? We're gonna fucking die. Like we are gonna kill
spoke.
ourselves.
We actually spoke.
if we don't close
At a
one
young
day.
age, yeah.
So
You're young now.
Luciano, if you recall, we spoke during COVID, and then that's
He
that
actually stopped in
conversation-
one day, remember?
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
I got married. I
Yeah.
stopped in. Yeah.
And then I think we discussed that about closing that day and stuff, and it was
How
like how it can
need it.
decompress you
You
and
need
stuff.
it, yeah.
And then your day you close is Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought you were
gotta
saying you
find a day.
smoked.
Does your wife
We spoke. Where's Oliver?
does your
at
wife
right now? We're
does your
smoking.
wife work there? No.
No.
My wife doesn't. His wife doesn't.
So you're kind of changing the formality of it.
Yeah, and that's one of the wonderful things about what you guys are doing here, is that we need to take the time to figure out how to build our businesses around our lives.
Bingo.
Like we shouldn't be killing ourselves the way your father, my father did, the way you started doing, the way I started doing.
100%.
You can't do that.
So let's
Yeah.
let's
All right, so
let's
we're
take
going
a
to come
break.
back. We're going to take a break. We're going to eat some pizza. We're going to follow up more with Luciano from Sal's Pizza. It's the PizzaFellas Podcast. We're having a ball. Thank you for listening, everybody. Great job.
And we got to the bottom of this tuna thing.
Yep, the
Land O'Lakes is
fucking
butter.
Tuna.
Linux is the girl.
All right, here we go. We are back. We are back for the second segment of PizzaFellas Podcast, episode 7. Real quick, we fucked up in the first segment, so we didn't take our annual, I said, weekly shot before this podcast. So here we go. Salute.
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 Cheers.
Gentani.
Gendan.
Thank you, guys.
You want one over there?
And what we are drinking for the audience is, I can't say it, and I never will be able to. Adictivo Tequila.
It's fucking delicious.
It's fucking delicious. And the reason we're drinking
It's
this
smooth.
is because if you guys recall in episode 5, that was a Sunday, Justin and I made a nice friendly bet over a bottle here that his fucking Giants would beat the Cowboys, and that obviously
That was
didn't
close
happen.
Oh, you guys beat that?
Yeah, that was your
they made it
offense with Daniel Jones and fucking Saquon. Yep, right there.
I remember that.
That was
So-
the blowout game, right?
Yeah, instead Dallas scored 40-0, and they won last week a big 2. But anyways, just gotta throw that out there. All right, real quick,
All
back
right,
to our
again, back to our
sponsors.
sponsors is Franco's Pizza, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, 198 South Main Street, 570-822-2168, Rosenfilippo Belia, since 1975. Thank you for the shirts. Thank you for the sponsorship,
Thank you.
as usual. And actually, I have a shirt for.
We got the gear.
This is an official PizzaFellas Podcast certified shirt that just goes to guests. But fucking Oliver has it on him. You think he fucking follows directions? No.
We gave Bruno his shirt tonight.
Yeah.
We didn't have it last week to give you online, but we gave him his shirt tonight.
And you know what? Hey, we're feeling, I'm feeling good. I'd say the first 20 people out there that are fans of us that want to DM me for a shirt, we'll sponsor you and we'll pay for those shirts for you with no charge.
It's a nice shirt.
First 20 people will come
it's
out.
good.
So it's a nice shirt. You guys can represent the PizzaFellas Podcast.
All
All
right.
right. So to
Eating
go
pizza.
on, let's talk. We're eating pizza right now. I'm eating, is this margarita, Lucci?
Yep.
You
This is
don't
Sicilian.
mind me calling you Lucci, do you?
Everyone calls him Lucci.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Lucci.
no, it's good.
Sounds good. I have a friend, that's why.
I mean,
Sicilian.
Sicilian.
I mean the margarita. It's fucking delicious.
Margaret here
Excellent.
too, yeah.
Great job. I swear to God. Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good sauce. Great crust.
Yep.
I mean, you got to say, we've been honored to have such wonderful pizza on the show.
You know what I love about your crust?
All right.
It's not, I don't get that. It's very similar to my crust, and I'm not saying about any, but just compared to ours, there's no doughiness. It's just crisp.
Yeah, gotta be crisp.
And I can see the air bubbles.
But not thick.
No,
at the
that's
bottom.
what I'm saying.
Right.
But that's a good. I can see the
Thin
bubbles.
pizzas. Listen, everybody has their preference, but
What do you weigh this at, if you don't mind me asking?
Weigh it.
Yeah, like when you do the dough, how much is it? How many?
21 ounces.
okay.
All right.
16, correct, yeah. You just do 16s, not
No,
18s.
18s. 18's my big boy.
That's an 18 that we're eating? Okay.
That's what we do. We
So-
do an 18-inch.
I'd love to try the just the
16.
plain one.
Yeah.
I think a 16's a waste of time. Man. If you're gonna go large, you could need large.
I mean,
18.
there's not much difference between the 16 and 18. I mean, to be quite honest, though, and I think, Bruno, we spoke about this. Now that we're in the business, I mean, if we could all go to a 13-inch, that would make our lives different. You know, I mean, if we're all doing sizes, but knowing what we all know now.
20 pizzas in the oven at a time. Each
Yeah.
stack, boom,
Oh,
boom, boom,
my
boom, boom.
God.
Oh my God. We kill
And
it.
you know, they
Kill
just
it.
stretch. It's a whole different dynamic, and then the amount that goes on the pie and the actual cost of that pie to what a 16 to 18 is, it's just unreal.
Yeah, it is.
Luce, you still got four 6-pie ovens still, right?
4 6-pie ovens. Yeah.
Well, did you get the new ones, or did you keep the ovens you had? Because remember, we talked about the Marcel's.
I dumped the original bakers that we had.
Now those
They weren't the good ones. They
Oh, no,
weren't-
they didn't have
no.
They didn't have that stone in it.
Nope. That
That
stone
was
not there.
the asbestos stone.
Yeah, was not there.
That was a stone of stone. There's guys out there that still have that.
still
So
got
what
them,
did you
yeah.
get rid
They
of?
still have that.
I got rid of the
Well,
old,
remember the old
older
stones?
set of bakers that
the
I had.
asbestos in it.
Got rid of those. I slid my newer set down, and then I bought a double set of Marcel's.
Oh, Marcel's.
Yeah.
Like the stainless steel ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, the ones
Stainless
like,
steel big door.
The
Oh,
T
nice.
the T8s, the T800s.
Yeah.
What do you got? You got 6 in that oven?
6, yeah.
You
All
mean
right,
the
so
black
two
door?
six.
6.
So-
No.
Oh.
I
No,
don't
they
think what-
make one.
The one
bricks,
that you had.
bricks on top,
no
or
bricks.
just bricks on the bottom.
I could have just bricks on the bottom.
Yeah, I have this SD 600.
Yeah.
SD 600.
SD 660, I think.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
660.
SD 660.
Yeah.
Yes, a good oven. I'll tell you, Marcel did a good job.
Compared to the
I'm-
baker, the cook is different. It's more even, and it keeps up so much better.
Yeah, there's
You know
some
what I mean?
spots in our oven too. Like you don't really need to spin it; it will cook evenly.
It'll-
I also
At a certain time.
screen every single
yeah.
fucking pizza.
He does.
I'll tell you,
Oh,
that's a
fucking
task.
crazy.
That's a
Every
task.
single pizza.
I don't know how you
is
guys do
screened.
that. I don't know how the fuck these. I'm gonna be honest. I've known Caddy Corner does it. I know, and a couple other people.
My
but
dad used to do it.
how the fuck you guys do it? You couldn't. I couldn't even imagine.
Fucking hustle.
I'm telling you.
It's a hustle, man.
So, in
Now.
order, so you,
I'm still
believe me,
I'm still
hustling, dude.
wrestling. I'm still wrestling all fucking day when I work. That's how I feel. I'm constantly up and down, up and down, up and down. I just
so when I designed
Smooth.
Biagio's, the funny thing is, remember in high school you did a suicide?
oh yeah.
So the way our ovens are set up, every time you go from the ovens to the cut table, it's a suicide. One way.
Yeah.
So if you do 450, 500 pies, you did 1,000 suicides.
Yeah, it's what it's what
I
it
said to
is.
myself,
Especially
I
I go-
hated suicides. And
Going to
I
the-
made it a suicide shop.
Going to the far oven is like I feel like it takes forever. I mean, I'm fast, but I
Yeah.
feel like it takes forever because
Don't you love the rush though?
Oh,
don't you?
God.
Isn't it?
Friday's my favorite fucking day of the week forever. Since I was a little kid to today, I still love it. My wife looks at me like I'm fucking crazy.
Listen, people
Love
look
it.
at my workers look at me
Love
like
it.
I'm crazy because I'll wake up 5 a.m. I'll
Yeah,
go
you
to, I'll
you
go to
woke up
hot,
fucking
like
early
today-
this morning. My
today
God,
I
you
woke
me
up 5
slammed the
a.m.
fucking door.
I go do hot yoga for an hour. Then I go to Planet Fitness for an hour. Then I left, went and met my wife for a bagel.
It's like
then I
bitch
had to go do some
blackout.
business
I'm like,
real quick before I
who
went
the
to the
fuck is
shop.
up?
Then I leave the shop for an hour to go coach my son's football team at Grange.
Which
Then-
I think is amazing, by the way. That's
Thanks.
fucking awesome.
Then
that
I
you
come
take the time out to do
Yes.
that.
Thank you.
That
I
means a
appreciate
lot
it.
to
Oh
do
yeah.
that.
Bro,
to your family.
you got to
Means a
figure
lot.
that out.
He did it
you know,
when he did it when I was growing up.
Yeah.
He was always at my practices
means-
and my coaching.
that
Like
means
I didn't
something.
see him much at home,
Give me a plane.
but he was always at my
But he
sports.
came. He got there.
Because so it was there. But anyway, so then
you
I go
figure it
back,
out.
then
You
I
figure it out.
close, and then I got this, and now I'll wake up tomorrow again 6 a.m. Blah blah, and the
And
routine
fucking
goes.
sprint. It's a sprint all the
and it's
time.
a sprint, and my people look at you like you're fucked. Even my wife's like, you just got to chill, and I'm like, there is no you can't
Chill.
because once I chill, I feel my back hurts. I get all
I don't
fucking
want to stop.
yeah,
I
like
don't
I'm
want to
like
stop.
Yeah,
I
you
get,
like
I get
to-
fucking stir crazy. My wife is
Yeah.
like, if we when we started closing, go on vacation. 2 weeks now,
Good for you.
2 days.
Yeah.
I'm nuts. I'm agitated. I need to go to the gym in the morning. I need to
See,
get it out. If I don't get it out and sweat,
that's why
and
I
move,
smoke weed.
So
'cause it stops
I
that.
got a
it
question.
calms you the fuck
Calms
down.
you the fuck down.
When you're on vacation, though,
Sal, he wants a-
at one point, Bruno, you go on vacation? Like you guys close for a vacation? Okay, a question to both of you because at what moment, I'm going to tell you mine before you guys tell me yours. At what moment do I start jonesing for pizza? At the airport. It's like I realized I'm not eating 4 fucking slices today.
You know how upset I was when I came to
and then
your
I
shop
searched.
on Monday and there wasn't fucking pizza? We were closed because we went on vacation. We had our 2 weeks. I had my son 2 days after we closed. It was perfect. I got my couple of weeks with my wife, my son.
Yeah, with your family.
We went to the doctor's office behind your shop. So I'm like, Alexa, let's go get a slice of pizza. Like, I want
Yeah.
pizza. I've had pizza in 2 weeks. So pulling around, pull in. I'm like,
Oh, the shop was open?
it looks fucking closed.
Sunday, Monday. Oh,
I said I knew you were closed on Sunday, and then I
it
see
is.
Sunday family day, which I knew, and Monday closed. Motherfucker. Now I can't get any pizza. There's no way for me to get pizza now. Like, unless I go to the pizzeria, make a fucking dough, wait a day, and then I can make a
Well,
pie
I appreciate
for myself.
that.
You know?
We appreciate
we
that.
we keep dough in the
No offense to any of the guys that have been on here, but
we
keep-
I know Joe, so
Mate,
this is
yeah,
I know
yeah.
both you
Listen,
guys. This is why I like
up
to
in my
That's
cabin.
normal.
We've got made pizza in the freezer.
Yeah.
And then
You
we
need
have
it.
pizza in here in the freezer because that's our last resort. You know, like we
Well,
were
no,
we
time
were
out.
up there.
Up in Jim Thorpe, though, Dad. That fucking French bread pizza from Jim Thorpe Market.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
Oh
banging.
man! And
You know,
after-
like when
What do
you
you
were,
guys
yeah.
ride up there? You guys
Yeah,
go-
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah,
got that. We
rip
just.
around?
I was
So-
at the Notre today. We got a new ATV.
and we even
fucking
and we
sick.
cliff dive with the
It's
ATVs
sick.
too. We cliff dive with them.
It's fucking sick.
Can let them go.
This
No,
thing's a
it
beast.
was
we were-
fucking bad that
Wait
day.
till
Remember,
you
Justin?
see.
Oh man, we were. I'll tell you this story quick. So we always, when we go riding, I always make all kinds of food. Who's bringing this? Jay, if he's there, he's bringing food.
Justin.
Justin, he's got.
Even
his,
my cousin Gus comes.
Gus,
out, so.
Every
So-
now and then we'll.
It's not just about going ATV, and it's making sure the coolers are filled. Because we make like 3 or 4 stops, so you got to eat. You know, we bring our guns and we shoot. We have
Beef
a good
jerky.
fucking time. Beef jerky. So next thing you know, we're riding and we were late. Remember, we had a fucking. He's calling me. Where the fuck are you? I said, calm down. We're having an issue with the trailer. So we finally get everything loaded up. Boom. We get down there. Hey guys, nice for coming. So we're rushing. Let's
But
fucking
time
go.
out. Not to interrupt you, but we don't ride in fucking normal weather. God forbid.
It
We
was
don't
a-
ride in weather like
we were
this.
in we were in
no,
ice
it's
storm.
ice storms or fucking nor'easters.
That's the best time.
Yeah.
Have a
So
blast.
Yeah.
Ju-
Put
Juice.
the chains on the wheels and go.
Yeah,
Juice is
25
coming.
fucking guys.
Actually, right on what's his name's mountain.
Kovac.
Kovac is
Kovac.
mountain.
John
Yeah,
Kovac.
John
He's a
Kovac.
great guy. A great guy. The Kovac is up there in Nescahoning. A great family. So all of a sudden, Juice comes up. He's got his buggy there. He's like, we don't want to go up that hill. It's all full of ice. So we look. I say, all right. So now we rush. We drive up. We go up a different way. We go through the dry dam and we get around. And we get to the first stop. And I'm like, all right, let's eat. I got mortadella, super side, provolone, fresh. I'm thinking to myself, oh, nice bread. Oh, God, I'm so fucking hungry. I didn't eat. I rushed. This guy screaming over the phone, where the fuck are you? Sal, got the cooler? He's like, got the cooler? You didn't get the cooler? I was like, are you fucking kidding me? The cooler's right. Well,
What was your fault?
you never got the cooler. You had the side by side. What's the cooler going?
He was relaxing for the day and he forgot.
It was my job. I'm rushing here and him, bitch.
I thought he lost his puppy.
We're in the middle of the freaking thing. We're 45 minutes to an hour out. We can't fucking go back now.
No, you fucking eat Antonio.
Yeah, he was eating fucking pine needles.
I was starved.
No, we had
I
beef
was
jerky.
fucking starved. Thank God Juice
Yeah,
had
beef
it.
jerky.
We ate beef jerky like it was filet mignon. We were eating a cowboy steak. Give me more. I mean, I never thought beef jerky could make like sawdust, but it did. It was all over my face. So next thing you know, we fucking get done. We're coming back. It's like 4 hours into the ride.
We did drink the whole
Justin
bottle
and all
afterwards.
They're like, we're going back to the drive-in. Well, how long's that? That's like 15, 20 minutes around the bend. So it's me, you, my son, Jay's buddy was there.
Yeah.
I think your buddy was there. So next thing you know, they're all looking at me and they're like, wow, this is icy. I was like, it's like 200 yards to the cars. How big could it fucking be?
No, it was a little bit more than that, Joe.
All
That was
right,
a little big.
300.
But you're on a fucking cliff.
No,
I
you're
said to
on a
myself,
cliff.
they said,
It's
"Whoa."
fucking like this. And
What?
I'm
No,
driving,
for real.
I'm driving the side by side
go
with
over
my
the
son.
end, you go down the
So
tree.
the one guy goes,
Were you
and
there?
he fucking goes, and I see him
Well, you're
sliding.
the only one thinking.
Yeah, but you
okay, I got
guys,
somebody-
No, no, no.
Antonio
I got somebody
says,
to
what do
worry
you
about.
think? What do you
So
think?
I went first, and after
Wait,
that guy, I
but
went
before
second.
that, he says, what do you
Well,
think?
those two are
And I was
talking on the left-hand
fucking,
side
we
of the
just
mountain.
slide it like a sled.
So they're talking. While they're
That's it.
talking, I'm like, fuck it, I'm going. So I got my son with me at the time. He's probably 5, 4.5. And we're fucking driving. We're in the Can-Am, and all of a sudden, I'm going slow, and it starts turning. And I see him. He's like, oh, fuck. And even my son's looking at me like, oh, fuck. And I can see it. I'm like, listen,
we doing,
just
Dad? Yeah.
hold on, and don't worry. We'll be
Bro.
fine. We spun halfway down the mountain backwards. And I'm looking at everyone
Well, you guys were
looking
at
at
least
me.
to this side.
So then the Can-Am stops right like midway, right, and the cliff's here. So we're turned. I'm trying to figure out how to get it around without falling off the cliff.
So
These
now they're
two
doing,
fucking guys.
well, we go, he's to my right,
now
I'm to my left.
I'm watching them, and they're coming
And
down.
we're going
this
down like
mountain.
this,
And
and I'm
I-
like,
No
I'm
one's
thinking to
fucking
myself,
stopping.
Nobody.
No, you can't.
You lock them up, you're still going.
You're
yeah.
still fucking going.
We were doing good. I don't give a shit what nobody says. And then all of a sudden, he was to my right, I was probably about 15 yards behind me.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of standing. I'm not sitting down. I'm kind of saddling it because I'm like, all right, we're just going to slide down. So, boom, I hit an ice rock. Shoom, start spinning. And when you go from ice to dry, it's a dead stop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It kicks
So
you, it
the
bucks you.
cliff, I'm going towards the cliff. I'm like, it's so fast it happens. You look like, what the fuck is happening? And I'm spinning. Boom, hit the grass. Like 25 yards down, land like with my head right by the, boom, like a sack of potatoes.
We wear helmets. We
We wore helmets. So they're all yelling. I hear them yelling, and I'm just like, fuck, I'm getting old.
The one guy
My
comes.
side by side's upside down, hanging off the
At
cliff.
this point, I'm turned and I'm going sideways down the mountain. I finally get it straight and I'm clear. And the one dude's like, your dad just fell. I'm like, all right, well, he's Antonio. They got to figure it the fuck out because I got my
So
son.
you and Jay,
I'm
it was
off
actually you and Jay
I'm
got to
about
me.
to be
Yeah.
off the mountain.
Yeah.
Like, I got to get him off, and then I can see if I can get back up. But those fuckers got
I
to figure it
fell
out.
getting to him, walking to
Yeah.
him. It was
It was
bad.
something. Then we got to me, so they're like, "Can you get up?" I was like, "Oh, I can't feel my lungs, but I'm gonna get
Let
up."
me lie here.
I'm not gonna
Get
lie.
the fuck out of here. Let me
But-
sleep.
So we
the-
get up, we get over, we get there, and we go down that drive. But the whole time you're by the cliff, and then we finally get to the car. So we get down there, and everybody's looking at each other like, "You all right? You going to the hospital?" I said, "Fuck that! Give me some Eagle Rare."
We ate the sandwiches
We
that
ate
we
like
forgot.
pigs.
Yeah.
And we drank a whole bottle of Eagle Rare.
Yeah.
And then we went back to my cabin and got more fucking drank another 3-4
Steak.
bottles.
After that, you need the medication because you're
No, we
fucking
were having a
hurting.
ball. We got back. If you looked around my property up there, there must have been like had to be like 20 cars with the
Cars.
with the
There was
trailers,
trucks with
and trailers. My family was up. It looked people to get out.
It looked like a
people had to
motocross
back
was
their
coming through.
trailers up and down the drive because the driveway had to go all the way through the property. You know.
There's one picture of me, you, Sal, and
And
Gus.
Gus, remember
we
that?
look like soldiers of fortune taking pictures with our helmets like this.
Oh, that was the
We're
time
looking
where
over there.
that fucking guy, remember? We just started riding and he was in the ice water.
No, he was in mud.
No,
was
he
stuck.
was in that pond.
He's like, help me. Help you? I'm
Help
going to
you?
fucking get stuck too.
I gotta-
Come on in
Fucking
there.
die. I'm out.
Call a tractor trailer.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm not going in there.
What am I?
What are you fucking crazy?
we just started. This motherfucker's in the ice pond. Like,
Yeah, give me your winch.
Help.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. I gotta get going here. I just
Fucking call
started.
911.
You got 6 people stopped. If they can't help you, 4 more are gonna.
Yeah.
We got one day off. We're gonna have fucking fun on the one day.
And I'm
Fuck
gonna
outta
be in
here.
pain after I ride.
Remember when we were at Minersville and we were riding? We had a small crew that time, and the guy was with the motorcycle we knew from up by Nescahoning, and he was driving and then was driving like a lunatic. Then all of a sudden flew off the side of. Remember, flew into a fucking
yeah.
pit. We're driving. My wife was saying, "What the fuck just happened?" All of a sudden he comes up, jumps up, and goes, "I'm okay. I'm okay." I was like, "Christ Almighty!" I says, "He's okay." I says, "What the hell is he doing?" Flew off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, boom, down the gully. I was like, well, stop the thing. I was like, oh, that's pretty deep.
Like a
down
black,
there.
like a black and white movie.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
okay,
Anyway,
Yeah,
let's
Jay's
get back.
son too. Jay's
How did we
son
get
kept
there?
the
I don't even
I
know.
don't know, but it was good time. Good time.
that was a
Good
good fun.
memories.
That was a good
So,
time.
let's start it off. We're going to talk about a topic, guys. We'll start a little bit here in the second segment, finish up in a little bit, have a quick break, and then we'll finish it off in the third. But the segment, basically, we're going to talk about pizza costs over the years. You know, it started out in the 70s at a low price, and the growth over the years, how much it's grown, and we're going to look at where we should be and what it's at right now. And has basically, it's really simple. It's percentages and numbers. So we'll start off with that.
I mean, I phrased this. I came up with this, and I says to my son, I call this, where did we go wrong? All right? And it's really, in the industry, we did go wrong at some point. Years ago, you know, we used to raise basically 50 cents in a year. And how it worked out was you do it for the wheat, in the spring wheat, the change of the cost, and then tomatoes in the fall. So it would work out to be 25 cents, 25 cents. It was a simple Italian mathematical way.
Worked.
Everybody would be on board. We all knew the costs, how they were changing. It wasn't like an industry today where we'd be dealing with markets and these block markets on a week-to-week basis. So, you know, 1984 is about 40 years ago that I could say I'm actually starting working a fuller time. I started way before that, but I used it from 1984. And I could remember this when I first started. It was $4.50 was the pie, and we would always say $4.77. Like if you said a pie was $10, and Bruno, I know you could give out, we knew $10.60 because the tax. You know what I mean? We didn't have the registers like that, right? You knew whatever that price was. $4 was $4.24. You knew the cost and the tax. And if you didn't, you got a smack.
Now pay attention, folks.
So pizza starts 1984. If you go to 2 raises, it's $4.50 to $4.75 when I started. And just to quote, 100 pounds of flour was an average of $5, which now in 2023, that 100 pounds of flour is about $45 to $50. And right now they just put an allocation on flour. I don't know if guys out there know.
Yep.
The newsletter, the letter went out, the email went out, and I read it the other day. And that fucking worries me because allocation means what? That you may not get the flour you want to use, so you're going to have to now use a substitution, and it's going to be, hey, tough shit. That's what you get. And you know what? Guys are used to use what they do, but now it means the price is going up.
Right.
So with that being said, as you travel, what I did, I used 2 formulas here. I used a formula that I went from 1984 to 2023 and increased it by 50 cents a year if every operator followed this every year and said, I'm not a pig, I'm raising for the cost of goods. Because even in the worst of times, you know, the World Trade Center, those years, God rest all those people's souls.
Yes.
And we just celebrated that. We don't want to see nobody hurt.
No.
But I'm using, in those times right after that, it was a very scary time in our society, and pizza started to go a little bit stagnant. Guys were afraid to raise that 50 cents. They want maybe 2 years. You know, some may want 2.5. And it was happening because, you know, the people were worried. And then you work it through that, and you get through the era of like 2007. You know, coming into the depression, they were talking.
Yeah,
you know, they saw
the
they saw
crash. The
motor
crash. Yeah,
industry
the crash.
getting bailouts from the government. You saw the home industry getting bailouts. You saw all these things happening. And, you're just a small operator, and you're watching the fucking fake news, scaring the shit out of you. You're going in the bathroom. The one thing you're running through is toilet paper because you're shitting yourself from your fucking nerves, all right? You're fucking worried about your family. Costs are still going up because the big guys are like, they don't fucking know. And that by this time, every Friday, the markets are coming out, and here we are. Instead of raising, we're scared, okay? And then I'm going to use as I have a menu here from 2007. It's one of my restaurant's menus that I had at that time. And I'm proud to say, I always charge. And people, I'm not a pig. I'm just not here to make money. And in 2007, I was charging $12 for a 16-inch. Okay? By the formula, I should have been charging $16. All right? So
50 cents a year. Correct.
50 cents a year. But the average guy in 2007 was probably at 8, 9.
9.
Guys were selling 2 pies for $12.99, splitting their ass up. I don't know how, but they're figuring it the fuck out. Mm-hmm. So you go through this.
Or they're not there anymore.
Well, you're right.
They're not there.
Luch, you're right. And then think about this. In 2013, where using this formula, pizza should be at $17. When I reopened Biagio.
19, Joe.
19, I apologize. I don't have my reading glasses on. So $19 in 2013 using the 50 cents formula. Instead of me at 19, when I took over where I was at, not to cause like a tragic moment, knowing that it was at 12 years earlier, but the industry was at 10. Okay, the industry was at 10. I opened up at 11. It's saying we should have been at 19. And trust me what I'm saying, the cost of our goods were accelerating higher than we were. And who's absorbing it is us. And you're not seeing it. You're not seeing it so much, but it's happening. So in continuing with this formula, you get to 2023, just using 50 cents, because think about it. You have a $10 pie, and you say, what would 10% of that be? $1. 50 cents is 5%. Is 5% being a pig? I mean, is that being a pig for a year? No. But if you follow this formula to 2023, it's $24.
Which we should be selling the pizza today for.
That's just following and at 24, you're still behind it because where's flour? Pizza only went up 5 times. Not even, just a fraction less.
In 40 years.
In 40 years. How is that fucking...
Think about from 84 to 83, it's even less.
Right? Well, here's the other thing.
Or, excuse me, 84
in a quick note here, I used 4%. I used 4% as a calculation from 1984 all the ways up to 2023. That's a fair... So your margins were lower, but you were still increasing by 4%. Guess where 4% takes you in 2023? $23. $23.
Per pizza.
So whether you're on an 18-inch pie.
On 18-inch.
Yeah, but what he's saying is if you went 50 cent rule or even 4%,
you're still
there. Right there.
You're still there.
24, 23. It's still after 84 to 2023. What is that?
I'm gonna say this
years?
much. There was an error in pizza where there was a change. The guys that used the 50 cents,
a drastic change,
was selling.
Yes.
Late 90s, early 2000s. Guys that were buying it, those shops didn't even understand this process. And instead of understanding how to raise, they just did, like I said before, they went and saw the competitor's menu. They only know certain costs. How much is your flour? How much is your tomato? How much is your pizza sauce? All right? How much is your cheese? They're asking the simple questions. They're not looking through the whole thing. They're price gouging you on certain items, thinking that, I'm an operator, but you're really not. Because you're not understanding your overall, as we want, prime costs. And if you did, and you understood that you deserve to have your cost of goods, everybody would be at 24 to 23. But there's an error, even now, there's an error now where we have operators that are nonchalantly not understanding, which I wish we could show you. Because you deserve not to make a salary. You deserve to make a living. So... I mean, there's errors here and this. Luch, you're our guest. What do you think? You grew up in this era. I mean, you started. Do you remember your father raising on a regular basis?
Yeah, you can ask Antonio. Whenever I would go to a food show when I was a younger kid, okay, I had to get a ride then. Okay, my father couldn't come. I got a ride. usually go with Ernie.
Yeah.
Ernie would take me around at the end to some of the other guys and say, Luciano, tell them how much your dad sells a pie for. Then it was $14.70.
His father was always expensive.
Yeah.
And just not to cut you
Not
off.
expensive. Let's
No,
let's
not
he was
expensive.
priced correctly.
He's priced correctly.
Priced
I'm
right.
sorry, I used the wrong word. But understand where
But
he was.
gave
He's
it.
not in Midtown fucking Manhattan
No.
or downtown Allentown. He's in Wind Gap.
The Woods.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, these times we're talking about, his father always had the price correctly out in the middle of nowhere.
But again, with a good quality product.
Correct.
The one thing you'd never
We
hear your
were
father
always
say,
there.
my customer will not pay this. He doesn't have that belief. And there's a lot of others. He has more value and respect for what he does and in what he puts out on the table to say, I'm giving you something good, and this is the price for something good. A lot of guys, they don't follow that formula of success in saying that. It's like, I can't do that because of where I'm at. Well, if Luciano's a perfect example. Bruno's a great
Bruno's
example.
a perfect
All right,
example as well.
These guys are in rural areas who are priced correctly and competitively and have successfully.
Actually, Joe, Bruno's he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pizza shops plus restaurants. But Bruno thinks in his head and knows in his head that he's putting out not a great product, a superior product.
100%.
And he wants his money for it.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. I go to Bruno and eat. I go there on Fridays. Not all the time. Maybe once a month I go there. Do you know what? I get the same fucking thing all the time, and it's consistent every
And that's what
fucking
matters.
time.
That's what matters.
I don't get pizza. I get a
Quality.
dish.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
So-
real quick, to go along with this, I have some stats here. In your guys' opinion, throw out a state. Which state? This is basically showing which state charges the most for pizza. So, which state do you guys think out of the
California.
U.S.? Okay.
I would
I'm
think
going to
California.
specifically say San Francisco.
Nevada, maybe.
So I agree with
So
San Francisco.
California, Nevada, you think that?
Yeah.
It's actually Oregon.
Is it really?
$26.94
I
for
was
an average pie in Oregon.
In Oregon.
The second one is Washington.
Wow.
$23.34.
really.
Third, Illinois, $22.52.
Wow.
Alaska, $21.74. And then you got Colorado, California, and then New York's average is $19.73.
Well,
Where's Pennsylvania?
I don't think they've been to Tony's in San Francisco because God bless him, he makes a great pie and he charges.
So
for it.
Pennsylvania's average, middle of the list, $16.34.
Who's the lowest, Al?
Lowest is Oklahoma, $12.70.
$12. What are you guys doing there, you Cowboys?
Somebody give me a bag. I gotta throw up. I need a vomit bag. I feel like I'm on a plane.
What, they eat fucking steak over there?
And you think about it, they're paying more for the cost of goods than we're paying.
Yeah, because it's got a fucking
Guaranteed.
travel.
I mean,
They're traveling.
it's the travel. Like that's another thing guys don't anticipate. You know, even when you're in the state here in Pennsylvania, once you get to a certain line, these food suppliers have zones. So if they're coming out of Piscataway, if they're coming out of Philadelphia, they're coming out of Harrisburg, you're an X amount of mileage. You are zone A, zone B, zone C, zone D. And if I'm buying something for 22, well, zone D could be $4 more. It's called freight.
Yeah.
It's called freight. And here's the other thing.
Just like
if
gas.
you're buying a flour that's being shipped maybe from a place up in New York, say the warehouse is in New York for the flour. Well, that flour going to a New Jersey distributor is less freight. So now the only thing you got to compete with is how far your zone is. But if that flour is going to a Harrisburg distributor, their freight already now is high. And then if you're in a further zone, your freight's going to be higher, higher, higher. These are all things to contemplate when you're doing this.
Yeah.
And all.
To put in perspective, so Westgate Pizza, 1988, Dom
Oh
goes.
my God! Every fucking
Listen,
time.
Dom
Westgate
goes to Italy.
Pizza.
He pays.
How much does this fucking guy pay you?
$7 a pizza, 1988. He just went up to $15. He was $14, so he doubled his price since 1988. His rent, I paid his rent back then when he was gone.
Don't say how much it is.
It was slow, under $1,000. Now his rent's 14 times that. So his rent went
14
up
times
14 times, but his pizza only doubled.
Wow.
Well, then you should quit your job and go help him out.
Yeah, do his fucking books.
That's the end of
Let's
the
go to
second
break.
segment. We're going to go to break.
coming
We'll be
back.
back for a third.
Thank
and
you.
then we'll finish it off. PizzaFellas Podcast.
Bye.
I want to open up.
That's the numbers I know. That's why we're.
I want to open up.
I mean, pie's good. Very good. Great. Sauce, too. That's a beer.
Me and Steve are one fucking whole bio.
Right. It should be. That's good.
Listen to this.
It's a PizzaFellas Podcast. Turn speakers on, we better have a blast. Grab a drink, fill a glass. Light a cigar, come on, let's make it last. Pizza Talk with Sal and Joe, Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the PizzaFellas.
That shit out. Anyways, back here on for the last segment of PizzaFellas Podcast, episode 7. We got Luciano here from Sal's and Wind Gap. Again, thank you for being on. You've been a great guest.
It's great to have you on.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
Brought us some food.
Awesome.
A great family in the business. We're honored to have you here.
Awesome,
honestly.
man.
Just telling your father, is like, me and my brother were speaking about this. It's nice to know that there's more of us out
course.
there. You feel alone.
Oh, yeah.
You feel alone when you're
There's a
hustling
hell of a
all
lot
day,
more of
us.
every day. by
Dealing
yourself.
with everything we
But when
deal
there's more
with
of us,
day in and day out, and
means
knowing
something.
that we all have that same camaraderie and we all have that same passion for what we do. You know, there's individuals out there that don't understand. You know, they walk in your door and they've got an opinion because they stood all night drinking, smoking, doing whatever.
We got an agenda.
and they took a bad shit
But
from
cheers
something they made.
cheers to guys like us. There we go. Cheers to the PizzaFellas
Salute.
Podcast.
Centennial.
Salute.
Salute.
Chin
Chin done. Gets
That
me
is
every fucking
smooth.
time.
Jesus.
Every time. Like, that has got to be, that's fucking delicious. I love it. Anyways, well, so we're going to talk about the price of pizza going up from 1984, from when my dad first can recall, all the way up to now, 23, so 40 years almost later. That's crazy with the 50-cent rule. Remember, 50 cents and 4%, exactly the same fucking thing.
Within a dollar.
Within a dollar.
I mean, within a dollar. Imagine if everybody just stepped up to the plate and said, you know what, I didn't follow the 50-cent rule, so put up a sign and said, I have to make up for this. And
that would help out the industry,
we call
I
it
think,
the
as a whole.
50-cent rule across pizza, you know, and a 50-mile radius.
And every other industry, by the way, does this. This is not
Except
uncommon.
us.
No,
And
we're the only ones that get our asses kicked.
get our asses kicked.
Yeah.
And the people still complain sometimes about it, and they don't realize it.
But they're not your customers.
No.
Get out.
It
Bingo.
is. It is.
Bingo.
And the unfortunate part is, though, when you're a corporation,
You get away with murder.
You get away with murder.
Get away
You
with
treat your
murder.
employees horribly, number one. And, not every corporation, but I'm saying for the big guys.
Just numbers. They look at people.
That's all it is. They're all numbers, And so for something simple as 50 cents to 4%, we should be doing it across the board, something that we learned. And I hope others that listen start learning.
The biggest issue is the gap now.
How do you make up that
How do you
cut?
close up
How do
that
you
gap?
close it up?
Yeah, it's tough, but
You have a
It
buffet
can be done.
with a lot of great food.
If we
and you
could
bring
go from
everybody
being a
together.
great economy under fucking Trump, and then fucking sleepy fucking cocksucker Joe comes in, and next
us.
thing you know,
Kills us.
oh, here we go. Take your fucking vitamins and your shots. Yeah, he's the fucking COVID Hulk Hogan.
But put it this way:
And
if you ask the customers, like, listen, you still go to work. You go to work 40 hours a week, okay, and you get your paycheck. Now go to work 60 hours a week and get paid less
yes,
than what you were
Wait,
making
and
at 40 hours
you
a
work
week.
from home
Yeah.
Monday, Friday.
Is
What
that
was-
okay with you if you get paid less working 60 hours a week? Is that okay? Because that's what we fucking
What was
do.
it? Roger Stone said about he's
So
in,
put your
he's in a lot
prices
of
up
states.
and make it ready. Like,
So
get it to
if
where
everyone else,
Oh, the one I said, the sleepy state.
yeah, the sleepy
The unconscious state.
The unconscious state.
the fucking
That was the best.
that motherfucker, is so stupid.
Oh my god.
Anyways, so
Where the fuck we live.
We're going to talk about real quick. We discussed now, we're going to talk a little bit about competition, and the aspect of competition, what it means, what is the positive of it. A lot of guys look at it as a negative thing,
It's all positive.
but yes. And that's where we're trying to get to right now,
You need competition to flourish. You need to be pushed. You need to be up against a wall.
Do you know why?
Do your best work.
Do you know why?
Why you need competition?
Because if you don't have competition, you become complacent.
and you get fucking lazy.
You get lazy.
yeah.
You don't care.
No. And then
The customers should want competition. We should want competition because it brings out the best in all of us. That's what we
100%.
need. Constantly. Is what we need.
It's funny you talk about competition. I had a customer in the other night was talking about a lot of these these character pies, or they're not character pies. They're just something, that you see out there, wings on a pizza.
Catches the eye.
You say out there, half calzone, half pizza. And, they say to you, they actually said to me, said, what's going on with that? How come you don't do it? I said, well, if you actually look, I said, we've been there, done that. And it's great for shops to do it. They want to get notoriety. I says, but at the end of the day, I says, I'm a numbers guy, and it just doesn't fall into the scheme of what we do. I mean, it's gimmicks, and it's not a bad gimmick. Everybody who has the patience to do it, it. We talked about it. With knots on a pie, it's all great. Hats off. But in the realm of what a lot of, like his place, my place, Bruno's place, maybe we try it, but then once you're there and you understand the business of it, you know what? It's nicer to make a Sicilian. It's nicer to make a large pizza. If I got to spend time, I'll make a straight calzone. I don't need a 20-minute make. It's just taking away from the other 200 slips we have.
Yeah.
So 10 or 12 of these items for $45
it's popular, helping. But for example, we transformed our Chicago so that it's fast. Like if someone orders a Chicago, I'll make it in 1 minute.
But you need that.
But that's Chicago. I'm saying though, that's Chicago. I'm selling for $35.
But it's a true, you're going to get the
extra little bit of time.
But the minute, to me, it's not, you know
our
what I mean?
Detroits don't take away from what we do. It's all
they
part
cook longer.
Yeah.
But the reason they cook longer is people are buying it because they want it.
It's the fastest pie in the oven.
Lucy, what's your customers what is your go-to pizza? In other words, when the customer comes in, what do you see a lot of that you sell? Sicilians or rounds?
Large plain.
Large plain. Yeah, it's a large plain country.
Large plain, one topping,
And cheesesteaks. You sell a lot of cheesesteaks out there too.
Cheesesteaks, yep. Italian hoagies, is great. Chicken parm.
Italian hoagies, you still sell them out there.
Oh my God.
What size rolls do you use?
No, he makes his own.
Make our own. But I make an 8-inch and a 12-inch.
Okay.
The majority is a 12-inch. But the chicken parm, eggplant parm are huge because it's still us. The breadcrumb is our bread.
Right.
That we don't use for the night before. We dry it. We grind it. We use that. Everything is hand cut, hand pounded. We're still doing it old school. We're still doing very
old school.
My father is still there.
Yeah, you got to trim it. You got to cut it.
It's a lot of fucking work.
It's a lot of work. I mean, it's
chicken is 10 to 12 hours for the week. It's 10 to 12 hours of prep.
Yeah,
correct.
Oh, easy.
And like you said before,
I'm managing chicken all day. Chicken, veal, meat. It's unreal.
It's a process. And you have.
I had to go back in the kitchen today.
Give him the fucking mic.
What do you just say what you want to say?
Here,
so get it out. I know what you want to say.
Speaking about gimmicks, this comes from New Jersey. This came from a New Jersey food page from a pizza shop. So they were doing the gimmicks. They were putting the chicken wings on the pizza. They were putting the garlic knots on pizza. This guy Paul Artoli.
The bone is actually on the pizza.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a great comment. He says, when your food isn't good enough on its own, you have to come up with a gimmick. Perfect comment.
Exactly. I mean, and I think I would say. For myself and growing to where we became, we saw that in the beginning 8-9 years ago. And we as we evolved, because in the beginning, when we first opened up, Facebook was a competitive thing. You talk about competition. I used it in a competitive way to present. I mean,
excellently. You used it excellently.
I was in the forefront of what nobody was doing. I was out there showing what we use, how we use it. And then I saw the gimmick thing. I said, maybe we go that way. But then, listen, you have a computer. When you're pulling slips that are taller than you, and now all of a sudden you got 10 gimmicks on there, what?
My heart wants to explode.
You want to lose your mind. If I get a pizza run and it's fucking gourmets, and I can't get ahead because I can't just throw 7 fucking planes in 2 seconds.
Moving, you're like, oh my fucking God.
I'm not. That doesn't bother me. Listen, I talk to people all the time about this. When I'm making pizza, it's fucking easy. Okay, you want to know pressure? Pressure to me, in my point of view, is you're on a football field, you're losing, and you got fucking 25 seconds to win the fucking game, and you got people looking at you. You got to win, or you got to make a fucking play.
That's the last 15 seconds of the match, man. That's
the same thing where you're wrestling. Yeah. You got a time limit. Mm-hmm. That shit's more fucking pressure than this. This ain't no pressure.
But
this
it's
is what
when you get those. When you get large pie. Half German, but 2 slices, and 3 slices. What the fuck?
So I agree.
Who ordered this? Get 3 fucking pizzas.
No, I got you. But at the same time, I even look at that too as that's nothing. That's a hick. That's real quick. How do you manage that? And for me, it's I'm just saying, for me personally, it's so fucking easy. Like, I don't get. Listen, you can give me fucking 100 meat lover pizzas. 2 seconds, boom. I'll get it in and out the fucking oven, rock them out. But at the end of the day, that's that. But I wanted to talk about something with competition. I was looking today, and I thought about it because we talked about it yesterday. And I look out our windows, at Biagio's, you can see out. And we got Applebee's right there. So we have a good lunch crowd. We have a very good lunch crowd. We get packed, knock on wood, every lunch. So we get some corporate guys in. I look out, there's about 2 groups of maybe 4, so about 8 people, corporate uniforms coming out of Applebee's. And just, all I'm thinking in my head is, I'm glad they went there, because they got to know my food's better than the fucking, what are they eating, boneless wings half off? Yeah. And I'm not being disrespectful, I'm just saying the truth. You got a salad for fucking that much, you getting more at my place. So I'm happy they're there, because it's going to notice, listen, next time, let's take that group of people, these corporate guys, and let's come to Biagio's. Well, and we get a lot of that.
Look at at malls. Look at wherever a mall is built. There's dozens of food places. Mm-hmm. Competition and having other operators around.
Cheesecake Factory's coming to Lehigh Valley.
It's a great thing.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're going in the Barnes & Noble at the Lehigh Valley Mall.
You're not getting out there for about $40 a person at lunch.
$40 is just a fucking cheesecake.
The martini's fucking $15, $16. Think about that, because every motherfucker that's corporate has a martini at lunchtime.
You talk about that, though. If
you're a real corporate guy,
Cheesecake Factory, though, when they put a demographic
I don't care. If you're a corporate guy and you're not drinking at lunch, I'm sorry. You fucking doing it wrong,
bro. Stay loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you look at Cheesecake Factory, when they look to put a location in, there's a certain demographic that they look for.
Yes.
So, I'm not saying anything, but where that spot is in Whitehall, and you do that 5-mile demographic, I'm just trying to figure out in my head how they came up to that dollar amount, that they're looking for.
Yeah.
Maybe they got a great deal, whatever. I'm happy they're coming. I think that
I would have thought they would have came this way. I would have thought this way, where Costco, like this area, I would have thought a Cheesecake Factory on this end would work. But I mean, again, but that's just what I'm saying. So, like, for you out where you are, what's your main competition, if there is?
We got shops. We have. In a 10-mile radius, I think there's
10 miles?
In a 10-mile radius.
Luce, you got a lot in 10 miles.
I know. It's a lot of shops.
Really?
Don't forget where his location is. If you
I'm also
go the opposite way, you're going into Stroudsburg.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you go this way, you're going into Bethlehem that way.
Nazareth
the other way.
Nazareth has a couple old school shops, like legendary shops. They have some old school
and if you go, Nazareth, and if you go the other way, you start going to Easton. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, where he is...
Well, 10 miles will put you probably close to Easton.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
100%. Yeah. And 10 miles will put you in Stroudsburg.
Yeah.
Just the tip of it.
Yeah. There's a lot of other places around us, but when
we don't need to mention names.
But when you stand out and you got good food...
There you go.
It matters.
You get up every day,
One
go
thing
to
the
work.
old-timers always said, they were always worried about closing because... the people are going to go somewhere else. The customer is going to go somewhere else. Yeah. Give them a chance to go somewhere else and try it. And then when we open back up, they're going to be slamming at the fucking door because they want the food.
What
they
happens.
want good food.
Yeah,
that's actually a fucking
we
great
hear
point.
that a lot.
I hear that a lot.
Like, let them try it and let them come back.
We hear it a lot.
And when you guys close a day or 2 days now, you probably get smacked the second you reopen.
You come in and
everyone's waiting for you.
Oh, there's people that come in. They're like, "Thank God you guys are back open." Yeah. And I'm thinking in my head, like, "What the fuck are you talking about? We were just gone 2 days." Yeah,
not apples to apples, man. Well, our businesses are not apples to apples. Like you can't compare us to the other because we do things that are specific to us. We put our heart and our love into it, right?
Yeah,
and it shows by the customers, the retainment of the customers. People constantly coming back. It shows when you actually do something and you care about it. Other places, it's fucking freezer to oven, freezer to fryer, freezer to fucking to the customer.
Yeah,
for us, we're prepping,
different.
we're moving, we're doing.
We're prepping.
What we should do.
There's work.
We're cooking like
shrimp,
we're cooking the same way.
Listen, today I was making dough at one point, answering phones, helping at Expo, and helping at counter.
Yeah, if you walk away from that counter, you got a phone on your hip, and you're doing something
I
else.
got dough on the table to finish, and I'm telling the girls, like, their back area is not cleaned up. There's only 2-3 tables right now. It's around 2:30, 2 o'clock. I'm trying to get caught up.
Everybody start moving. I shouldn't be the only
Yes,
one doing it.
Exactly. Like if I'm sweating, you guys got to start moving to
come
sweat.
on.
Just move. You know we don't have a counter help. You know, my dad's helping pizza. This guy's on break. This guy's here. Whoever.
Yeah, there's
But it's
nobody.
just-
We're not all in this isn't a corporate business where
No,
everyone's
I'm
in their
back-
spot waiting. Like you, bing, 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 bing. You're all over the
You
place.
got to
the whole
move.
fucking
Like
day.
at some point.
I'm inside the dining room. I had to send my guy that's helping me out of pizza. Was short on drivers. I said to him, look, you want to run these 2 deliveries? Send them on delivery. I got pizzas in the oven. People coming at the front door. I'm at the counter. Then I'm in the middle of the dining room yelling back to my son, like, check that oven. People are like, hey, how are you? But I'm running the operation from the whole dining room back into the back of the counter.
And I
People
always
coming
say,
in.
if you were not moving, you would first not have a job, and second, I wouldn't be paying you to work because I wouldn't need you.
Which is why I say we're blessed. We are blessed because we do have hustlers.
Yeah,
That's what it's
Yeah,
about.
no,
It's
we
about
do.
fucking
At times you
hustlers.
just got to wake
but at
everybody
times
up.
you got to wake people up.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
not
yeah.
saying
Kim,
anything.
come to place.
Our people who work for us, same thing.
Fantastic,
They're
right? Yeah.
they're fantastic.
They're
But
awesome.
When I said we, I meant
it's
we.
like coaching football.
Us. Yeah.
When I coach these kids, you know, I always tell them, I say my number one thing: losers are lazy. Do not be lazy. I don't care what your parents tell you, your teachers tell you. I'm going to tell you one thing as your coach: losers are lazy. Never be lazy. Don't be lazy in life. Don't be lazy at school. Don't be lazy on the football
carry
field.
it through everything.
And carry
Yeah,
it through
you gotta
everything.
carry it through.
Because do you want to be a loser? And every kid at 6, 7 years old says, no, coach. Well, then don't be lazy in her life. And if they learn it at a young level, at a young age, it's going to develop to them in a lifetime.
It almost becomes something to us. I know I feel it. I'm sure you guys feel it. Like these young kids that come to us, maybe they were parented well, maybe they weren't. Majority of the time, they weren't. You have to take them, like I take the time to go through it, talk it
If
talk
they're
it out
putting
with them.
forth effort.
If you show me something, give me a
Show me
glimmer.
glimmer.
Show me
a little
something, I'm
shine
showing you
once,
something.
and I'll give
Yeah,
you
we've
some
had
of me.
those.
You know,
Yeah.
and when they start doing it, and you see this person like bloom
and they do
Oh, it's
consistency.
such a
Yeah.
it's
And
such
it's
a
not just a
gratifying.
show.
It's
It makes you feel
gratifying.
It's not a
Yeah,
show. It's
like, holy shit.
consistency.
And when
Yes.
they come back to you in a couple years and say, "Hey, I just want to say thank you because I went to college, I worked corporate.
Oh,
all
I
these
got
people
hundreds,
are fucking
hundreds.
lazy." He said, "And I worked at a pizza shop and I learned
more than I
there
did in 4
than
years of fucking college.
and everything else.
And I'm in
because-
$120,000 in fucking debt.
and I learned fucking hustle. I learned
Yeah,
to move.
you
You
learn
learn
what
real
they're
life.
doing. They
Real
bring you
life.
to other things
Listen,
in
I
life.
graduated from a top 25 fucking business school in the country.
Yeah.
Bentley University up in Boston. Played football there for 5 fucking years. Graduated on Dean's List with a marketing degree. I've learned, I went out of college, didn't have a job, got a coaching job for two years at Albright, made $300 a fucking month. Started doing this. My whole life has changed on a positive, but I've learned more in the past 10 years than I learned in fucking from high school till fucking I graduated.
I like hanging out with those.
You know,
with the,
you
with
learn
the Goomba
more.
guys that understood pen and paper. Ernie, one of the top guys, taught me a lot. I was 8 years old, calling in my dad's order on a Sunday to Ernie's house. His wife would pick up the phone.
Yeah.
And I give him the
Pen and
order. 8
paper.
years old. 8
I
years
see
old, give him the
Ernie
order. And
twice, 3 times a week. I
you
see.
can't thank these guys. These guys, you can't thank them enough for teaching
And the
us and
sad
showing
part
us.
about it is the generation now that are the corporate guys,
Yeah,
they
they
don't
don't remember.
appreciate that shit.
No.
They don't know it now.
They don't know
No,
it.
they
They
don't
don't
understand.
appreciate it. You
They
got
don't
all these fucking influx of these college students that learn fucking bullshit, the fucking all
You
this.
gotta be
woke-
in front of the customer as well.
Here's a
you know?
point
and
to
now
that.
they're their
Yeah, 'cause
bosses.
you're not in
But I'm
front of a
saying these
fucking
people,
phone.
these kids are their bosses, and they're our age. But they didn't grow up like us.
They didn't see them.
So
No.
they're fucking these woke fucking agendas coming up, and now they're the corporate leaders,
Yeah.
and they have guys like Ernie, and they're shitting on this guy. And motherfucker, you couldn't hold his balls in 1985.
Yeah, there's no fucking way. These guys are
1995.
superheroes to
You
us.
couldn't fucking do what he just
Let
did.
me say
in
this
one
though.
week.
Last year in the summer, you know, like the spring season, I was at a show. So I got introduced to this guy. He's like, this is our new F&I guy and this. And I was talking to him. I said, so what's your background in pizza and doing all this in Italian foods? So he tells me, I said, so you're just a bean counter. So they were all looking at me, the president's there, and they were like, they'd bounce around. I said, he's a bean counter. I said, why are you guys introducing me to this guy? Because we have nothing in common.
One the guy was on the fucking street.
You know what I mean?
want him. One the guy that went with the
You're-
loaf of
I'm
fucking
sure you're a
mozzarella
nice
to the
guy,
shop and gave
but
it to me and said, "Hey,
we
try
really,
this."
and it's the truth. It's like guys like myself Guys like you, guys like Bruno, guys like you, we all know, you want to talk to somebody that knows the grind of what we did. If you're going to come to me and you've got this degree and all that, hey, hats off for you that you spent $500,000 of your fucking life's income getting this education. But at the end of the day, you don't relate to a guy like me and the success I do.
No.
Or we do.
My father cannot read and write English. He cannot. He went to school till 6th grade in Sicily and came here. He still can't read and write in English.
The music.
But yeah, that's
a good point.
That's crazy.
Listen,
Well,
look at the success he's had. Hard work. So
we're gonna wrap it up here. PizzaFellas Podcast, episode 7. Great conversation with Luciano from Sal's and Wind Gap. Let's
Thanks
do
for
the
having me,
address
guys.
here.
Sal's Pizza since 1982. 487 East Morristown Road, 512. Where you see all those factories, that's where he's at now.
In between St. Louis
Actually,
and
where the old Country Junction used to be.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Wind Gap, PA, 18091. His phone number is 610-863-7565. Luciano and Stevie's his brother. And if Sal's there, the old man, you can't miss him. He looks like a fucking ox. You know what I mean?
He's a bull.
He's a bull.
My father's there, my mother there, Laurie, and my sister Gina. She's 20, just turned 21 today.
She did.
Oh, happy
21
birthday.
today.
You know what for that?
But it's 100% family-run business. You guys know how it is.
Horn
All
and a
for the
shot.
family.
Again, another shout out to Franco's in Wilkes-Barre for the support again.
Yes.
Yeah.
198 South Main Street, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, 570-822-2168. Rose and Filippo Belia since 1975. Great fucking people. Great food, great pizza. Go see them. Tell them that we sent you.
I got
Shout out to Bruno again. Bruno Scipionis in Bethlehem. What'd you say, Just? Okay. The Azars over there.
Yeah,
I don't know what the
Elias
fuck they're smoking over
Elias,
there.
Azars.
We're now gonna we are gonna introduce our
But before
winner.
we do that, Sal,
Okay, here we go.
what the fuck hat are you fucking wearing? What is that?
I was wondering the same
I'm
thing.
looking at my. No, he doesn't have that hat on now. Where did you get that?
I don't know.
What the fuck is it?
Read it. I want you.
Dick's.
Dick's Morning Wood Services. Need wood, we've got it.
But why?
Obviously, he cannot relate with that with four
I
kids.
was
before
just
we
trying to
wrap this
figure out
up.
how.
Obviously, his morning wood is not happening. Only at Dick's, because it's not happening at the Nassery house.
Before we wrap this up, I just want to say thank you to you guys for having me.
Thank you for coming.
But also thank you to the guys that all came before us.
Yeah.
That laid the foundation for us to be able to be doing what we're doing.
Well, the guys that broke our ass to get
Yeah.
us to be where we are.
Fucking
Yeah.
killed themselves. They really
Yeah.
did. They really
You
did.
know?
Yeah.
The old school guys, so thank you.
You like to say
Those
some
that
of the
are living, those
commenters
that
out
aren't.
there when they have a bad comment, why don't you come and stand in our shoes for one fucking 12-hour day and see how it
fucking
is?
luck.
You're like, you'd
So
know.
we have the winners of the
Yeah,
No,
we
the-
have
the
one
first-
winner.
the first winner, Chad.
a winner. Sorry.
He's here. We're honored to
there
have
he
him
is,
here and
Chad.
filming. There he is, Chad. Chad, come
come
around
over
this
here.
way. Come around. Oh, over here? Okay.
There we go.
Here we go.
There you go, Chad.
You guys, thanks for having me. Thanks for the
Thanks for coming.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Proud to have you here.
support my pa, right? Not the franchise stuff.
There you go.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for the bottle and the great food and hospitality.
Thank you. Oh, and he got the Buffalo Trace cigar. There you go. That's a good
You
one.
in the bag. Can't.
Yeah, the
Well, cheers, salute.
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 All right, guys, that's episode 7, PizzaFellas Podcast. Luciano from
It's
Sal's
in the
and Wind
books.
Gap in the books. We'll be back within a week. We're going to have episode 6 come out and episode 7. Remember, PizzaFellas Podcast, follow us. Linktree, all right? Then we got
Spotify.
Facebook, X, Spotify. We're back on YouTube. Follow us, sponsored by Enter.net. Our editor, Juice Man, Justin Corsa. Give a cheers for him, and we'll be back next week. We'll have more guests coming, and when you guys are watching this, we will be at the Dave Portney One Bite Festival on Saturday, September 23rd.
Hats off to Ferraro
Hats off
Foods
to the
for
Ferraro
sponsoring
Foods.
us.
Ferraro Foods. Thank you, Ralph. Ralph, you're the fucking man.
First and second.
Booth 419, October 1st and 2nd. at the
Northeast Pizza Expo.
Northeast Pizza Expo.
Pizza and
Atlantic
pasta.
City. Come out. Follow us. We'll be going live Sunday and Saturday.
It'll be a good
and
time.
We'll be celebrating my beautiful
Saturday-
wife, Ashlyn's birthday. Shout out
Happy
to her.
birthday to her.
Saturday
All right,
we'll be
guys.
at the in Coney Island, but
Yeah.
this is going to air after.
Yeah.
It's going to be Joe and I, the Juice Man, And fucking unfortunately, fucking Oliver is going to be there.
Yeah, I won't be there, guys.
And I'm fucking leaving him there.
Actually,
I gotta
the
work.
ride
I
in the
swear
truck
to
is
God,
gonna
I'm
be the
leaving this
best
fucking
ride.
asshole there. I'm fucking leaving him there.
They're actually driving Antonio's Fiat.
Squeezing in a Fiat.
Squeezing in a Fiat.
Fucking
And they're
Fiat.
rolling
Clown
us.
car.
They're gonna
Oh,
be
my
fucking
God.
taking an Uber home because they're fucked up. They can't
I'm
find
going
the
to
Fiat.
fuck him. I swear, I'm leaving him in fucking Brooklyn.
Imagine that. You got 275, 305, this, that.
It's gonna be scraping.
It's gonna be. Guys, we're here. We're here. We're
We
here
gotta
for
bring
the
4
fucking-
spare tires.
Someone get the elephant out of the fucking truck. All right.
There's the jaws of life right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Gonna be a fucking carousel in Coney Island right there. All
Thanks
4 of
again,
them.
guys. Lucy, thanks again.
Hey,
Bruno,
Luke,
thanks
thank
for
you.
coming.
Bruno, thank you for being
The
here.
Azars, all them.
Elias Market, Azar Market. Thank you.
It's a PizzaFellas Podcast. Turn your speakers up, we better have a blast. Grab a drink, fill a glass, light a cigar, come on, let's make it last. Pizza Talk with Sal and Joe, Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the PizzaFellas.